Right, let's have a little look at this T15. It wasn't very healthy. It wasn't very well the last time I tried to start it up. So let's try and get it going now. I think, well, it ran, but something I'd noticed, and the more I think about it, I think it was doing it last time I ran it. It would be alright when it's cold, or even if you heat it up, it'd still be alright. But then once it's ran for a little while, it will just conk out, and the compression will go too low for it to actually run. And I think I noticed a bit of smoke flying out from there. So the first thing I'm going to do, we'll take the head off, we'll have a little look. It might be coming from the carb, perhaps, maybe the seal, but that wouldn't cause it to fly smoke out. It might be coming from the gasket around the manifold or something like that. You never know, but the first thing, we'll take the head off, make sure that's no problems there with the button or nothing like that, because the compression has gone up now. The compression was low the other day yesterday when I started it up, and it ran for a while, and then it conked out and wouldn't start again. The compression felt too low. So let's have a look. So as I said, the last time this ran, and I think I did notice it in the last, when it was running before, the compression would go low after running for a while. Now there can be a few things causing that, but I wonder if there's just a bit of a bad seal between the head and the block. So we'll have a look at that, and we'll see what the crack is with it. Oh, that bolt was a bit loose. How would you loosen that? Don't know. There's one bolt. These are Allen. I don't know what size they are. Anyone says what size are they? I don't know what bloody size they are. But they're Allen bolts anyway. And hopefully we'll better get it going. I've got a few T15 engines, but they've all got issues. I might better make a good one out of them. A good one out of them all, perhaps. Who knows? Right, so that's the head off. No problems there. Let's see. Well, I left the glow plug in so I could grab hold of the button easy. That's a little bit of a trick for you there. If you take the glow plug out, you have to try and lever it up. There's no obvious problem with the piston. Just trying to feel for any play there. Not that that would be an issue with the problem that we've got, but I was just trying to feel. If you put your finger on the piston and then you pull on the pull start, or you turn the engine over with the flow, it doesn't matter, you'll be able to feel if there's any play on the bottom end or the small end bearing, because you'll just be able to feel it. You'll be able to feel the slack and the movement, but there is none on there, so that's all right. There is some sort of dirt that looks like it's around the edges of this button, so that could have been why it might not have been sealing properly. So there's nothing else we can really do here apart from get a little bit of kitchen paper, give that a jolly good old clean, and there's a lot of dirt on there, but that's not dirt, that's normal for an engine to have that kind of stuff, you know. That's alright, there's no problem there. I can't see any dinks out of it or any issues really with it. I mean, it's out of focus, but it seems pretty good. Right, I'll be back in a sec, hold on. Right, so let's put this back on. Can't see any issue with it. Put that back together. Could put a little bit of sealing compound around now, but don't need to. And anyone who sees me do that, I'll end up having comments going, never do that. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. I wouldn't take things too seriously if I were you. I mean, it's a bloody, it's a nitro car, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Right, when you're doing these up, it's important that you do them in a cross fashion. That way, that way, that way, that way, or that way, that way, that. It doesn't matter what way you start, as long as you don't do them all. As long as you don't do them in a circle or anything like that, or that one, that one, that one, that one. You must do them in a cross. The reason for that is it brings the head down equally, and it'll make a nice seal. If you don't bring the head down equally, it might not seal properly. It might be a bit wonky, and in which case, well, it just won't be very good, will it? So now we know we've cleaned the button. I know I didn't clean the bottom of the head, did I? But I know it's clean because I looked at it anyway. So before you look, go, oh, you didn't clean that properly. So, right. And you don't tighten them all the way up in one go either. So you go bit by bit. A little bit tighter each time. It's quite important. There's no torque settings for nitros, although there is for real cars, for heads. But for well, there probably might be torque settings somewhere, but I've never seen any specified, and I don't bother with anything like that anyway. You can feel the right tightness with your hands anyway, so let's do these up. Blimey, man. Right, there we go. Make sure, double check, and then we'll see what the compression's like. Bloody, it's hard to find the bloody bolt head. We'll see what the compression's like. If the compression's gone up, hopefully, hopefully it'll be better than it was. Now, it is important that you don't tighten them up too tight, because when the engine warms up, everything expands, and you can end up stripping the threads out or just snapping bolts. You're not likely to snap bolts on a nitro engine. You're more likely just to strip the threads out. But yeah, so that glow plug's not sealing on there at all. You can hear that. That glow plug isn't sealing on there very well at all. So let's take that stupidly thin copper washer out and see if it will seal any better without it. Which it might do, you never know. Should have one in it really, because that is what creates a seal. But it might... Is there two in there? No. But it might seal better without it altogether. So we'll see. That other one didn't have one, did it? And that sealed all right. Oh yeah, that's sealing a lot better without it. Right, you can even feel the compressions better. Right, I'll have to get one anyway, because it's supposed to have a washer on it, but that one's a load of rubbish. That one might as well just go straight in the bin. Right, bit of fuel. Fuel's already in there. Should we try and start it without the heat gun? Or should we have a bit of heat to help us? I don't know. Bit of primage, even though there was already fuel in the line, but a bit of primage anyway. Let's try without the heat gun, shall we? And if not, we'll have to get the old heat on it. Now, she don't want to know, right, heat gun. Right, she's warmed up a bit. Let's try her now. Well, she went. Not very well though. So let's turn that down because that was on wide open throttle. Oh, blimey. She don't like running, does she? She don't like running. Little bit of advice there as well. When you're blowing down the pipe, if you open up the throttle, it'll be easier to prime because the throttle's open and therefore it gives it more space for the fuel to go in. You'll better get it better, a lot better. Right on the funny bone. It's not funny when it hits them, is it? Believe it or not, you've got a funny bone on your elbow, but you've also got round ears like a funny bone thing. I forget what they're called. They've got a name. They're ligaments and things, I know that. But if you hit something on them, blimey, man, it ain't funny. I don't think it's got enough compression. Where has it got? Don't know, it don't feel like a lot though. But you can't hear it anymore, like before you could hear it going pss, pss, from around the edge. You can't hear that no more. I reckon we've combated the sealing problem. We might have a bit of a fueling issue now, maybe. Let's have a look. Let's open that up. That ran better when that was all the way like that, when that was flush. That's the base setting. When that needle was flush with the housing or the carburetor, that's the base setting. She ain't very happy. Got loads of fuel in there now. As soon as you let the glow plug up, the glow starter off. As soon as we let that off, I'm going to switch to one that I don't need to hold. Let's try this one. Don't know if it's got any battery power in it. So we need a new glow plug. We know we need a new glow plug anyway. Yeah, that was without a glow starter in it. You saw what happened. It runs all right with the glow starter on it, but without it, it doesn't. So I need a new glow plug. We know that now. So, right. Once we get, I haven't got any glow plugs. I might have, actually. I might have. Have any of these engines got glow plugs in? No. No. No, none of these have got glow plugs in. Hold on, bear with me, I'm just checking. None of these engines here have got, none of them have got any glow plugs in them. So I need to get another glow plug. I'll have to have a look for a T15 glow plug. Well, yeah, T15 glow plug, but I'll have to have a look. They'll be easy to get. You can get them anywhere. But yeah, at least I've fixed the problem with the exhaust fumes coming out from around the bottom of the head, and it runs all right, doesn't it, with the glow starter in it. I'm pretty sure with a new glow plug, a bit of a tune, it'll run all right. But that's a clear indication, you lot. If you can get an engine to start and run, even when it's hot, with the glow starter on, and then you take it off and it does what you just saw, or it just doesn't run at all, that means the glow plug's had it. Although it does glow, as we saw. Bear with me a sec, hold on. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find me, it was spanner. Although, I'll show you again and we'll check it again. Even though they glow, if it glow, I know it's a bit controversial, but this isn't just down to nitro. I mean, a lot of people are like, nitro cars are very finicky, you know, they're a pain in the arse, and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, petrol engines, they're the same. I mean, the spark plugs can go, and you can test them, and they spark. A nice blue spark, no problem. You put it back in the engine, and the engine won't run, or it won't run properly. But you think to yourself, but the plug is sparking, so it can't be that. But when you go and put a new plug in it, the engine will run absolutely brilliantly, even though the old plug was sparking, no problem. You know, it's weird. Glow plugs and spark plugs, they might appear to work on the initial tests that you do, but really they're not that healthy, and they're not working properly. So anyway, it'll work out okay, because I need a new copper washer, and when you buy glow plugs, they normally come with a copper washer. So yeah, I don't know whether I'll be able to show you, but it does look slightly dicky. I don't know whether that's gonna focus on that. I mean, it does look a little bit weird, the filament inside there, but it doesn't look terrible. But let's have a look. Let me show you. Put it on the so look, we've got a nice glow, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's okay. So I'm going to diagnose it and say that we need a new glow plug. But we've managed to fix the issue of the fumes, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to see what number this plug is. This is a, looks like that says R6 on that, I think. Pretty sure that says R6. Not that you're going to be able to see any of that probably. That's going to be well too... You're not going to be able to see any of that, are you? Nah, lighting's not good enough. But there you go. I'll get a new plug. I'll get another R6, wherever that is. And we'll see if we can get it running better. The next time. Shall we... I can't help myself. Because we know that it runs. We know that that plug glows really well. And I know I just said all that other stuff. But I've given it a good old clean now. Let's put it back in. Just one last time. I often do this. I diagnose the problem. Diagnose a faulty part. But then I'll decide to keep trying to get that part to work. And I do that quite often. Not because of any other reason other than I've just cleaned it. So I'm curious as to whether it's going to be any different after I've cleaned it. The engine's come loose, man. It's only got 2 screws holding it in, look. I thought it was a bit wobbly. It's only got 2 screws holding it in. And they're loose. Right, let's do them up. I don't know why I've only got 2 screws holding it in. I thought it was a bit wobbly. I was thinking to myself, this engine's wobbling around quite a lot. Anyway, it runs better now, doesn't it? I think it was a bit rich as well, you know. I've run out of fuel. It does run better, so it does go to show just cleaning the glow plug does make a difference. Now we definitely do need a new glow plug, I reckon. There's pretty much no doubt about it. But cleaning it has made a difference. It's not going to be any good. I need to get a new plug in that. Righto, you lot. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. And I'll get a new glow plug, and then we'll see what happens. Should I go and give it a good bit of a tune, and hopefully that'll work out quite nicely then. And I'll be quite happy to get this little rush up and going again, and properly usable. Nice one. Very good. See you later.